Okay, and we're live. Okay, say
Where?
hi, people.
Amen to that.
Hi, people.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, people. Okay, we're down one tonight. Lucian had to take care of some IRL activities. Will not be joining us tonight, but he will be with us in spirit. So it is the four of us. So,
All right.
last time we left off, who wants to pick that up for me?
Well, we had bullied Lucian kind of a little last time, and you would. Wait, no, I'm not making sense. Fuck, my brain is
Do
all
you
over
want
the
me to
place.
do-
Sorry. Last
What?
time, you said that Lucian would be recapping last session.
Yeah, but he's not
But
here
he's
tonight,
not here.
conveniently.
Oh. If you want me to, I can do it real fast.
Go ahead.
Uh,
Do it, Riz.
essentially, last session was a welcome home party for Lucian and Samra, where Lucian introduced and welcomed to Corvair his little baby son, Erutul Kovan Cathalis. I had to remember whose last name was whose for a second. Little drow child looks almost just like dad. There was a lot of conversation. Things were revealed that I'm not going to reveal in the recap that resulted in a lot of side conversation of people calling other people little shits in the best way possible. The party wound down, and Rose has mentioned that at some point she wants to bring at least Kovanen, hopefully Lucian, but probably not, down into the bricks to apprise them all of the situation as it had been developing in Fairhaven for the last 9 months.
Perfect.
If I've missed anything, I apologize.
No, I think that is perfect. So I'm going to open things in the session the next morning, because that seems like a great time for us. Everyone is waking up. And let me get a little initiative roll while we remove all turns. While we kind of bring ourselves into the day. And I'll call on you as your initiative propagates in the counter here, tracker.
Initiative roll. To start our day.
That's right. Nat 1. Good job, Rose.
Yeah.
Rough night. Man,
She might have had a little too much from Bois.
what's going on with Zazie being the first person waking up these days? Zazie,
Character development.
you were the
Rose
first
is
person to
sleeping
wake
in.
up, or maybe you didn't go to sleep at all. I'm not sure.
Nah, she woke up early today. It's her day with the egg, after all.
All right. Give us a
So
little,
first things first.
Yeah.
Retrieving the egg from Rose. So obviously sneak into her room and take the egg from her. Do you want me to make any sort of stealth rolls, or just hand wave it, say I have the egg now?
I don't know. Tell me this how this has been going between the two of you. You guys have this mystical egg that was recovered from the Dreamlands by some of you, and since then you and Rose have been the caretaker for this magical egg. How have you guys been taking care of this egg that has yet to hatch after 9 months?
Well, we've been handing it off every day. So yesterday was Rose's day, today is my day.
Okay. All right. So on your days, we'll hand wave it. You went in, you picked up the egg. Maybe it woke her up, but I'm guessing by her Nat 1 initiative roll that she's really tired. And she's getting charged up for today's events. You were able to grab the egg without any sort of resistance or acknowledgement. What do you do with the egg when it's your turn? I'm really interested to see here what, what kind of activities you get into.
Well, first things first, I have to go eat breakfast and get some coffee before I can do anything with this egg. But take it with me. There is an egg pouch. So you can put I think it's those backpacks that you put babies in? I
Yeah.
think it's that but the egg.
Oh, nice. That's adorable.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I stole the egg and the egg backpack. So I'm just wearing it around the house pretty much.
Is it on the front of your body? Like it's like where the little baby would sit on your front? And
I think that it can go either way. Currently, she is wearing it on her front.
Okay. I've got the image. Zazi's walking through the Mons. She's got an egg. Okay.
Head down to the to breakfast. Get some breakfast.
Wait, you're not eating eggs for breakfast,
Whether
are you?
she No.
Just kidding. All right. So
Her
yeah,
breakfast consists of mostly coffee.
Yeah, the Lady Crow is there to, she's already has some things going. She has some breakfast meats going, some hash, a couple other things. Obviously, she's ready for you to be awake. She serves you a cup of coffee without any sort of conversation. She knows how you like it. So, do you sit down in the dining room? Do you go to the parlor? Do you go to the library? Where are your activities going to take you this morning?
To the library.
Okay.
Well, eat not lunch. Eat breakfast in the dining room. Take the plates back so I don't get food on the books.
Okay.
But to the library.
All right, so you're doing some work. At about this time, Kovanen. Voss, I guess I should say. Keep things simple. You wake up. You are sleeping in one of the less illustrious rooms. You're probably sharing a bunk with someone else in the service staff.
Actually, no. I think I have that map drawn up still somewhere. If you...
Oh, nice. Well, with that knowledge, I would love to know, where is Voss's new room?
Oh, well, Voss doesn't exist on that map, and there are some nebulous servants' quarters around here somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, there actually probably would be a servant's quarters with the the driver, the valet's quarters would probably be stationed above the stables, so you could absolutely take on that residence for yourself. It would be like a small apartment with like a small pot stove and an efficiency that is above the stables, kind of like the early 1900s where the driver would go.
Okay, so I have a room above the garage.
Basically, yeah.
Those are usually the cool rooms, so that's cool with me.
Yeah, you got your own little room above the garage.
Right, well, I will finally come to. Take a deep breath, take in the surroundings. Sit on the side of the bed for a little while. Take a deep breath. Make sure I'm Voss before I step out. And just making my way over to the dining room in the Monts to fetch some breakfast of my own and just kind of see what's going on in the house. Scout around, just get the lay of the land for the day.
Yeah. So you come in. At the point where you come in, Zazi's probably already in the library. what is, how do you begin your day here? What does Voss do?
Has Miss Crow met Miss Voss yet?
Um, you know, I don't
Probably,
think so.
at least-
I mean, not like officially. Obviously, she's probably seen him come and go, but I don't think
Yeah, she
they.
might know he's on the staff now at least.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, actually, no. It's conceivable that she would have given him a small orientation if he's going to be the new driver. She would have probably introduced him to.
Okay.
You know what? There actually is no other relevant staff members for you to be introduced to right now, but you would know the other students that live in the house because now they've taken upon the duties of maintaining the house. Everybody has their own
I like it.
chores.
Okay.
So yeah, you've met her.
Well, he'll go ahead and make his way to the kitchen. Just open the door. Good morning, Miss Crow.
Morning.
Just anything simple you have for breakfast is fine.
Yes, sir, boss. Just a moment. She reaches over and she grabs a bowl. There's a stack of bowls and some utensils at the corner of the expo table that is the one closest to the swinging door. She grabs you a bowl. She puts some hash in it and throws a couple of poached eggs on top. Stacks a couple breakfast meats and just hands you the whole thing in a bowl with a spoon.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
She just nods and
Let me get started with.
shuffles back to the table and stirring something on the stove in a large stock pot. You can see steam rolling off the top, and it smells really good.
Let me get my day started and just let me know if you need my help with anything later. Okay. Make my way over to the dining room. Just sit down at one of the long dining room tables. Maybe some of the students are making their way through or past or something like that, but they'll just take it all in, sort of knowing what all is going on around them, but being in, I guess, momentarily relishing the fact that he's an unknown observer. It's just kind of interesting for him to experience. But he'll just finish his breakfast and take his time and just wait for everyone. He'll just wait for everyone to get up and moving so that he can just see what's going on. So he's just taking his time with breakfast to see what's going on. There you go.
Okay. Rose, you wake up about this time. Your eyes open slowly and stickily. It's kind of hard for you to pull yourself from sleep for some reason. And you've had some strange dreams. While you were sleeping last night, give me a roll.
A DM, she's
DM.
What?
She's AFK right now.
Oh, well, I totally missed that. I haven't been reading the side screen. I was really getting into the moment.
Wait.
Oh,
The good
Never
news
mind.
is that I'm back now.
there we go. I was living in the monster there for a second, guys. I was there. So Rose, you wake up.
Yes.
We'll start with this. Give me a save based upon whatever stat you use for your spellcasting modifier.
Alright. That's a 25. So
Ooh, okay.
a double 25. I'll take it.
Beautiful. So you save, but you were having a nightmare, and you were having a hard time waking up. It was kind of one of those things where you're asleep, and you know that you're sleeping and that you're having a nightmare, but for some reason you can't wake yourself. You kept having this dream of this mask that it almost looked like it was made out of marble or polished white stone with black flecks running through it, and you recognize it as one of the masks that you recovered from underneath Weir, and also as the one that Lucky wore last year on Long Shadows. Remembering that they might be one and the same, and it was kind of strange for you to find it down there, even though you found Lucky down there as well when you rescued him. But yeah. So you wake up. What are you thinking and feeling after that? Give us a little snapshot of inside Riz's head.
Very, very confused and resigned. She's going to go check for the egg, but not seeing it there, will take a second to remember that, oh yeah, it's Zazi's turn today. And just kind of shrug, throw on a pair of pants and a shirt, and groggily head downstairs to catch breakfast and warm up for the day. Do her morning routine before getting started. So, yeah, and she'll probably cut through the dining room. I don't know, she takes the back stairs down, cuts through the dining room to get to the kitchen. So, yeah, she'll ask Lady Crow for a bowl of hash herself.
Okay. Yeah, so you go down. You also grab a little bit of something to start off with. Voss, are you in the dining room at this point? Where are you? What are you doing?
Yeah, he would probably still be in the dining room. Like I said, Voss is taking his time just to observe for a little while. So he's mostly done, just poking, moving hash around the bowl.
All right.
This is probably like the loosest, like groggiest you've ever seen Rose without having had combat the night before. For the record, she does look a little rough at the moment, rougher than she normally does for a just normal day. As she comes down, she is going to sit down, give Voss a nod. I'm guessing Kovanen's still asleep.
He leans back in his chair and smiles for just a moment. Nods back at her. Yeah, seems so. I'm surprised you didn't sleep in. It looked like you had a bit of a late night.
Weird dreams. Just strange masks, things like that. Friends.
Well, I thought it might have been the party going into the wee hours of the morning, but not sure what to make of that. Where are the others? The other two.
Zazi's not here, and she's already woken up. She's probably in the library reading.
And the good Master Thales?
They're probably sleeping in if they can get Lord Delirander to babysit.
They might be in their room, right? Maybe at the center?
Yeah, they're either at the center, on their ship, or in their room. It's soundproof. I really don't remember where they ended up sleeping last night. But no.
Well, if they slept at all, they have a rough road ahead of them there for a short time. I can tell you that.
To be fair, little one's gonna keep them up too. That being said, slight change of subject. I know you're working as our driver. You said you're also going to school, right? Summer get you set up too, or do we need to swing you by?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think I'm at that stage of life right now, but I'll mostly be around here. Driver, of course, to ferry you all around to your various business. I expect to be involved to some degree.
Be good to have you. am gonna say if you're anything like the last gentleman we had that assisted our old lord. Alright.
I
Um,
should get that.
Thank you.
And boss will get up and go to what I assume to be the front door.
Yeah, sounded like somebody was knocking at the front door, for sure. You make your way out there, and you open the front door, and you find Voss. Not Voss. You find Voss standing there. That sounds exactly right. I'm so sorry. You find Felt standing there.
Oh,
Good morning.
his eyebrows raised for a moment. And he remembers he doesn't know who this is. Unless Felt does
I don't know, maybe.
know who this is.
Good morning.
Don't think Voss and
Well,
Felt ever interacted.
Good morning. What can we do for you?
Here to see, he kind of peeks his head one way and the other. Lucian or Rose or, Zazie, Kovanen. Well, not Kovanen.
No.
Yeah.
No. Well, you said that very casually. I'll assume you're an acquaintance of theirs.
Yeah, I am. He goes to reach his hand out for handshake.
I'll shake his hand. I am boss. You are?
My name is Felt. Or
Ah,
That's
yes.
what they call me.
I've heard that name a few times by now. Please come in.
yeah, Giles Feltenheimer.
I thought it was a hard G.
It is.
Giles?
Giles. But it always sounds strange being an attorney and calling myself Giles. And some people mispronounce it and say guileless, and I don't like that. Anyway, he takes a look at you, looks one way, then the other.
Well, please come in. What do you need? Where can I take you? We're just getting breakfast started. Should I take you to the dining room?
Yeah. Definitely.
All right. I'll lead him to the dining room sit him down next to Rose.
Sure. Has anybody ever told you that you have a really familiar face?
A lot of people.
I just can't put my finger on it. There's something about your face that's just really familiar to me. Do you have any idea why I would feel that way?
Well, I've had a lot of different jobs over the years. Who knows?
Yeah.
Driving for a lot of different people.
Sure. Yeah, we all wear different hats, I guess, right?
Of course. Rose, you said Zazie might be in the Zazie might be in the library.
Oh,
Yeah.
excellent. I mean, I'm actually just
should
gonna head back there right now myself.
Do you need us both, or is this?
It
just
would be
was
great
going
if you
to-
could come back to Rose and Voss, right?
Right.
Alright.
Oh, well, I was going to just fetch her for breakfast, but if you have...
I was curious if you
we-
could grab me a small bowl as well.
Of course.
Thanks.
I suppose I'll meet you in the library?
Yes, I actually I have some paperwork in the study that I need to get to immediately. This is for
More
business, not
paperwork.
pleasure, but I'll be happy to see everyone for sure.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna take the rest of my bowl and follow you then. I
Yeah,
guess.
Rose,
Well,
if you don't mind, if you could escort me in there, it would make me feel a bit more comfortable, considering I haven't been here in quite some time.
well, you still got a room down here in that corner. So.
Mm-hmm. So,
All right.
I don't plan on sleeping on that couch
So-
tonight, that's for sure. Whew. So, they walk into the library. What's Zazie doing in there?
Well, currently she's looking through all the books, like specifically trying to find something about the Dreamlands
Okay.
that she would have missed in her previous perusings of the library.
Sure.
So yeah, she's just there, opening up.
Do you
Tome
want
after
to
tome.
do you want to give me a couple rolls to see if you're actually finding that, or are you just doing
I
a?
can give you a librarian roll.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh.
Not one.
That one. You just can't find this fucking book. You know it's in here somewhere.
Yeah, she's there.
You
looking
now
through
have
books.
disadvantage on your next library roll usage.
Damn it. Yep. Egg has been moved to the backpack. So she has her hands free.
Do you two have a minute to sit down with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Else here, we've got some paperwork to take care of.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Did I ever send you a note,
About?
by the way? We found the air.
The air? I mean, it's everywhere, right?
H-E-I-R.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Well-
Tell me about it. He follows,
Bit an image of our former lord, so.
sure. He follows Zazie and Rose back into the study in the back of the library. He plops down on the overstuffed, crimson upholstered leather chair. It's one of those old upholstered chairs with like the brass accent pins tapped into the back, and the like front arms, and the leather wraps all the way around each of the cushions, and the arms and up to the back. And the wood is ornately carved and painted with some sort of gelt type like paint to make the wood look like it's gold or brass itself. Rose sits down at the desk. Felt sits down in the chair. Zazie seems to be just kind of hanging out. So, Rose, do you mind actually? Can I pop down at the desk real quick?
Yeah, sure. I'm surprised you sat on the couch.
Yeah, I was just thinking. So, and he opens the right-hand drawer and he pulls out a folded sheet of paper. So I had to come grab this for Lucky.
Any news on that front?
He is heading back this way. He wants you guys to come meet him at some point. I know he's going to send a civisgram when he's actually on his way back. I think he's coming. Honestly, I'm not exactly sure where he's coming from or where he's going to have you guys meet you. But he wanted me to grab this.
Are you gonna ever be able to tell me what happened
With?
in the marshes?
Oh.
Last time I heard he was arrested.
Yeah, that was months
You
ago.
haven't been able to say shit since. Okay, what happened with that? You don't need to tell me all the details. Just, is he okay?
He's fine. He was. The short version is, the Cathalis expedition had been there for a period of time. They were just trying to get some fresh air after being in Zendrick, yeah. You know, I think this is a story for a different time. I think Lucian needs to be here for this.
Yeah,
We can
he's-
ask Lucky himself once he comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
The main thing is that he's okay. At
Yeah.
least okay enough to travel.
yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He's working on a new book, so that's pretty exciting. But yeah. Rose, roll history.
I mean, I know he's a writer, so that part I remember. We actually, this is gonna be funny. Hey, it's a grand total of 2, which means I rolled a 3.
Yeah, you don't remember that the piece of paper that he pulled out of the drawer is Lucky's last will and testament.
Okay, to be fair, that wouldn't have been Rose to begin with because Baelish didn't say shit to Rose about it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That was Valish that saw that. My fault. Okay, so you don't know that's what it is, but you know, as a player, I want you to remember that's what he's grabbing.
Yeah. As a player, I know exactly that's what he's grabbing. Which,
Yeah, he opens up his.
As a player, I'm going like, no.
Yeah, he opens up a folder and he flips back a couple pages, and he slides in the piece of paper, unfolding it. He's looking, you know, he looks up at you guys while he's doing it, making eye contact with you guys to make sure you're not looking at what it is. He folds the pages back over and he slides it back in his messenger's satchel. So, I mean, are you guys excited? Long Shadows, right?
I just hope it isn't
yeah,
like the
sure.
last one.
Yeah, right.
But with
The best
everything happening,
experiences
I think
by a
it will
long
be.
shot.
Where is Voss with my food? I thought he was just getting me a bowl.
Be patient. She still has to cook.
She doesn't. I mean, okay. It looked like to me it was just a you know, standard breakfast setup.
There's a knock at the door.
Come in.
Hi. Yeah, as requested, your breakfast.
Sure.
Hope I'm not interrupting. It all looks important.
No.
Walk over and sit down on the desk for Phil.
No, you're not interrupting anything. Thank you very much for getting this for me. So, we were just talking about travel. You look like a bit of a traveler to me. Have you
You're not wrong.
have you ever been to what is the town you're from, Rose?
Cutter's Mouth?
Yeah, have you ever been out there before?
No, I haven't. As a matter of fact, heard about it.
I'm impressed. It's a tiny little town.
Why? What's up?
I was just curious. Well, I mean, I guess he looks around. You said that Lucian and Zamra are back.
They're back and they're sleeping off or treating off child duty. Congratulations to the happy couple.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big responsibility for sure. Picks up his bowl and he starts taking a couple bites out of it. This is great. Thank you, Voss. You guys, if you don't mind, I'd like to actually have a seat down in the dining room. If you guys want to chat with me for just another minute.
We're already seated here. What's up?
Well, it's a nice desk. I don't know if they would want it to
Yeah, I mean, also, Voss.
eat hash on the desk. I just seems yes.
How would you feel about taking me to, well, Rose? Let me start with a different tack, I guess.
When you're already dragging us hither and yon across the house, what's up?
Boss just raises an eyebrow but waits for him to finish.
There is an article of belonging to Lucky that he asked that I grab for him while I'm here.
All right.
I guess he's a little sentimental. He was hoping that I could grab his mask. Apparently, it and some of his other belongings were commandeered during some sort of, I don't know what the right word for it is.
Yes.
Raid?
Everything weird.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently he had some mask that he had collected at one point or another in his travels that he wears often for, masquerade type events, like Long Shadows. And he was hoping that that he could have it back. So,
Well,
I'll be meeting him in
that-
Sharn the week of
that
Long Shadows.
might be a bit difficult because the mask is currently with Guitarra and Grimvor in the museum.
Interesting. That's a strange
I don't think
choice.
that wasn't Lucky's mask. That was a different one, remember? But they're close enough.
Oh shit, yeah, you're right. Well, if Lucky lost it in Weir, we didn't find any other mask besides that one.
One and where it was right after last Long Shadows. I
Right.
think.
So
Like after that scuffle with the false mayor.
I mean, how can you be certain that it wasn't his? Did he say it wasn't his?
I'm pretty certain it was not his.
Hmm.
The one in Weir, like
I mean,
99% certain it was not his.
Okay.
if it was, that means he was
Should
working
I-
with my brother, and I really don't want to think about that as a
Step out?
possibility. No, you're.
So I guess what I was going to ask was if Kovanen was able. So, I mean, if
Do you
he,
want me to explain this to Voss while you figure?
I'm gonna
out-
go. I'm gonna go speak for Kovanen for a short period of time.
Wait, hold
Okay.
on.
He's his room is upstairs. He should be up by now. If he isn't, as I understand it, there's plenty of business for the two of you to discuss about his arrival here anyway.
His arrival. What do you mean?
Kovanen's?
Yeah,
Why?
about that, Voss.
He's
We didn't tell Felt that Kovanen has returned. We just mentioned that the heir has arrived. What do
If
you-
you want to step out for this, boss, that
I
would
mean,
be great.
he arrived about a year ago, right?
If
You... Oh, fucking hell, what the fuck is going on? You sent us.
I feel like I
That
really should
article.
step out now. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, please.
Wait,
that
what do you
would be-
mean?
We'll get this
Alright.
I
fixed.
sent you.
All right.
When?
It takes a few steps backwards and closes the door.
I didn't send
No.
you guys anywhere.
You sent us an article about Kovanen dying in a fucking airship.
What? That's preposterous. Show me.
I have it. I have the article up in my room. Want
Fine.
me to go get it?
Yeah, let me see it.
Please.
What kind of weird joke is this?
It's not a
I
joke.
don't know.
You really think we joke about the death of our friend?
Voss is outside with one hand on his hip, the other one scratching his chin.
Voss
like,
just
huh.
said that he was upstairs.
Yeah,
Rose,
Because-
you explain. I'm gonna go
I'm
get
gonna
it.
explain. You go.
Open the door. Walk past Voss. Not really giving him much mind. Off to
I,
her room to go grab the.
all right.
You know how I said the air was the spitting image of Kovanen? Because it is Kovanen. He doesn't remember shit.
I don't remember you
Well-
saying anything about that.
I said it earlier while we were walking to the library. Oh, motherfucker, don't tell me the magic's back up. Where the hell's the lady when I need her? Okay, from the beginning. Kovanen had to go away to deal with something with Lady Ragare. They took off, no problem. 3 months later, I get a message from you with Kovanen's last will and testament naming me and Zazie as the stewards of Ragare Manse, and an article saying that Kovanen had perished in an airship crash.
What?
For the last 6 months, we've been dealing with House Rolgari issues as they pop up as stewards of House Rolgari.
He's like rubbing his forehead.
You're the one that sent it, unless it was... Oh,
I.
Hold that thought. Voss, if you're outside the door, can you come in for a second?
Yeah, sure.
I am getting the worst fucking migraine right now. Trying to process this. Yeah, I remember something about that. Just having a strange time trying to.
Yeah.
Listen, I need to step out of the house for a minute.
Go step out of the house.
He grabs
I have
his
some
his
serious
satchel
news.
and I'll be back
We'll be here.
tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Sovereign
We'll
six.
meet
My
you some...
fucking head hurts. Oh. Tell Zazie I said I'm sorry. I'll be back.
Yeah, we'll.
Yeah, no. There's...
I had something I
Got
was going to
yourself a
tell
drink.
Kovanen, and I can't even remember what it was now.
It's fine. I'm pretty sure you'll remember it eventually.
Go get some fresh air, clear your head.
Was
A
there
little bit.
something in my food? Voss.
No, I think
Oh,
there's
not.
something
I
in
ate it
here.
too.
He kind of like,
Can I have a moment alone with Voss? Felt.
yeah. I'm gonna head out. I'll be back tomorrow. In fact, if you guys could meet me somewhere else.
Yeah, that might be for the best.
Yeah, we'll. Rose, where have you met him before? I don't. Sorry.
He is the lawyer we've been dealing with for the last 6 months since Kovanen and Lady Relgari went back to the Dreamlands. She is watching Voss as she speaks.
He leaves. He makes his way out the front door and he just
Not
leaves.
Felt, Voss.
Oh, Voss. Okay.
It has Felt left though. Did he just leave immediately?
Yeah, Felt's gone.
Well, my question was where we're going to meet him, but I guess we'll figure that out.
We'll find each other.
We'll find each other. Zazie should be down real soon, right?
Right.
He looks around a little impatiently.
So
Step to the door, like looks out the door.
She's back. She's got the kind of breathing heavy. She ran here. She got the newspaper scrap in one hand. Where did Felt go?
He had a splitting headache. Bit of a revelation, it seems. I don't know. He's gonna take a little bit of time to himself.
Damn.
yeah, strange timing on that headache.
It's timing. The timing. I know. It's marvelous.
Marvelous.
I'm glad you're both here. I wanted to
All right.
say something at the little shindig for Hitherthul. Timing wasn't quite right. Would have been a little bit difficult to navigate. So why not now? It's me. He's wringing his hands together pretty nervously, and as you've
say?
As
seen
in-
as you've seen changeling Vosses do before, his form shifts into 5.5 foot tall male, elven form, long, slightly darker blonde hair tied into a long braid, and some slightly rough around the edges traveling clothes. Bit of a weary look to his face, not quite as proper and neat as you would have remembered him when he left, but here I am. Hello? It's me, Kovanen.
Zazi's immediate reaction is to stomp up to him, punch him harshly in the shoulder, and then give him a big hug.
He's kind of looking at the floor as she's stomping up to him. He just takes the punch, and then just stands there to take the hug. I'm really, really sorry.
I thought you were dead. We all
I know.
did.
I know. He hasn't returned the hug yet. I know it would. Obviously, it would sound that way, so that's why I had to come speak to you all as soon as I could after I thought you had received the note or the message or whatever it was at the time.
So how much of...
He hugs Ozzy back.
How much time do you have now?
How much time? He pulls back from Zazie, pulls out a slightly more tarnished pocket watch. Zazie, I believe. I don't remember many things from right before I had left, but I remember promising you that I would talk to you about the time. He
Yeah.
pops open the stopwatch and starts counting off these tiny little tick marks he had scratched on the inside of the cover. Well, for me and for this watch, it has been almost 18 years.
18 years?
Yes.
I'm gonna be so mad at you right now, Kovanen.
I know. I'm sorry. I am. Yeah, I couldn't just leave, though. I had to.
I mean, you had
gods.
to find the one upstairs.
I had to find the one upstairs. I had to raise him.
Raise him?
Yes.
Like a baby?
Like a person. Well, you raise a person. And much to my dismay, or I don't know, confusion, whatever, he, as you probably come to realize now, remembers nothing of his transition into Eberron.
At least he has you this time.
I know, I learned a valuable lesson from what was apparently my go-around.
So if you're here, is the lady okay? Are they okay?
The lady's is going to be fine. She will arrive in her own time. Well, I'm not sure where, but she'll of course need to arrive to do her.
Everything.
I don't want to say song and dance, that makes it sound so blasé with Kovanen, but that
How
is.
drunk I got that night.
I really don't remember that now.
Well, you weren't there. Did
Oh.
you send the article, or did you send a dream to Felt? That's... Because I'm gonna have to explain something to him. What the fuck do I tell him?
I don't know. I'm sure he'll come around in time to realize, to be as in on it as we are, or more likely, knowing the lady, it will all just fade away and it'll.
Be that weird memory shit again. Not
Yes.
looking forward to that.
Yes.
God,
I
that's
think-
such a headache.
Thinking back, there were obviously so many clues about the house's memory effects. There were. I think even the Lord Mayor had a hard time recalling who the lady even was at one time.
Yeah, which is gonna make things interesting. Well, at least I don't have to worry about this shit anymore.
To answer your question, yes, Felt and I arranged that rather soon after my departure here. Well, I think soon for you, at least. And then I came to you all with the dream. There wasn't much I could do to actually make myself known to you. I could not just arrive here and pop back into the Dreamlands. But I did what I could. I'm not the best at that yet, but the dreaming, being a dreamer, takes some time to come to you. How long has it been here? How are you? What all has happened?
Well, it's been about 9 months, and
It's not so bad.
oh, quiet for the most part. The gate wards are repaired. Everything okay, other than finding your clo. What the fuck do we even call him?
That's Kovanen. I'm not sure.
Oh, I know it's Kovanen. What is your son?
No,
Your clone?
no. It's just another one. It's just another one.
Have all other Vosses been previously Kovanens?
What I do remember very, very clearly is right before that fight with, and obviously help me, was it a sleeper that attacked?
Sleeper and Shadow.
Yeah.
Right before that thing attacked, Voss, the rude one that you all know and love and remember. Rose, you might have been there at the time. He changed. He shifted into one of the dreamers that the lady has employ and said that it was his turn. I don't recall what all the lady had told you about the dreamers, the ones that dream to
Very
protect the
little
Dreamlands.
She's probably told us some, but it's probably been long enough that my memory's gonna need a lot of jogging. So, yeah, no, that answers that question, though. If that's your answer.
And so I'm led to believe that, yes, they have all been Kovanens.
Well, at least it's not one person having to go through the cycle over and over again.
No, it would be rather tiring if it were ever brought to their awareness. Not every Voss has been a Kovanen. Rather, not every Kovanen has been a Voss, one way or the other. There is at least one that sort of skipped out on things, and I think he was employed at the manse for some time.
The other boss.
I think I remember that's what we called him. Yes. He was sort of bad at his job. He just stopped showing up.
Kin, or one of them.
No, Kin was the one. Kin was the first
one.
boss. The first boss. Yes.
The one that took your. God, that's a fucking diagram. Oh.
He stepped in as the next dreamer, and in time, I suppose, I will too.
Oh yeah.
The
So, is this gonna keep happening every year, or is this just shitty timing on everything's part?
Well, it came time that the oldest dreamer had to, die after God only knows how long. They cannot keep it up forever. So, no, I don't suspect every year.
That's good to know, because this is gonna get exhausting if it happens every year.
I know.
It's more exhausting for you, because you get to spend 18 years of it doing shit.
I did.
Alright. But Dreamlands are okay. Nothing weird going on over there.
I survived there for long enough, so yes, they're fine for now.
Alright, everything repaired okay? I guess I don't know what term to use otherwise.
Well, it's all sort of hard to nail down and define. You know how it is by now.
You know, I mean, the last thing I remember leaving the Dreamlands, there was a big, giant thing attacking
Oh, right.
the city.
That was quite some time ago. Quite a long time.
About 19 years for you.
Lozzie, sorry, I have a question. What are you wearing?
What? Oh,
What is-
the egg. The egg
Oh, yeah, shit.
turns
Yeah.
around.
The
She
one we
was
brought back?
the egg.
The one we brought back.
Yeah.
Lady Relgari
You haven't
asked
done
us to
anything with
take-
it.
Which
Oh, you
Lady
just haven't?
Relgari said to take care of it. What the fuck was I expected to do?
I haven't accused you of anything, gods. I'm just surprised nothing else was done with it.
Literally, the only instruction was take care of it. That's all she wrote.
Alright, well, clearly you are doing that. I applaud you. I'm just surprised if that's what she said you should do with it.
Do you have better ideas? Because I'm not building a nest.
Again, I've not accused you of anything.
I will go get it, motherfucker.
Please.
Rose makes her way to the
Get rid of
door.
that too.
As soon as she gets to this stairway, just a minute. And she's going to answer the door.
All right.
Come
You
on
open the
in.
door, and
yeah.
Lieutenant Pelton Moore is standing there. A about 6'2", broad-shouldered, thick-chested. A bit of the muscle of his youth beginning to turn to fat. Still a relatively attractive, aging face. Kind of like a Nathan Fillion vibe going on. Roman nose, Caucasian, brown hair, wearing your standard inquisitor / detective gear, pushing his thinning hair back, looks up. Morning, Rose.
No. Morning. What can I do for you?
Well, just trying to come and check on how things are going downstairs, with
There.
the
We're
gates.
going out tonight to check on them. Unless something's happened, they should be pretty good from the last inspection. Unless you need us to check now. It's not often you come by to ask.
And by the way, Zazie, not balding, just thinning.
Thinning!
He's
As
getting a
if
little bit of a
there's-
widow's peak. He probably has a tiny bald spot on the back of his head. He's like 45, 50, Anyway. Yeah, I
Okay,
haven't
so-
had a chance to go back down and check on things for the past couple of weeks. I was hoping you could take me on a little tour.
Yeah, if you'll wait at the gates. We've had a couple of recent arrivals that I'm getting settled in, and I'm not going to scare them with cops just yet.
He kind of rubs the back of his scalp a little bit. Okay. Sure.
Alright. I'll see you in just a moment.
Yeah, puts his hands in the pockets of his leather trench coat, his duster he's wearing, and takes a couple steps down and shuffles off towards the main gate.
Son of... I'm gonna make my way back to Zazie and Voss.
Hey,
Come on in.
whoop. Back in time. Scene change. Zazie and
Kovana.
Kovasan?
I was thinking Kovana.
Kovasan.
Go, boss.
Before she gets back.
Yeah. So, what about Daisy?
Oh, Daisy. Yes. Well, I guess Kovanen just points to his shoulder and into existence proofs his familiar, Daisy.
Daisy jumps off and off of his shoulder into the the plush green carpet of the study, and begins to weave around Zazi's legs. Kind of like jumps up with both of its paws, or his paws, her paws, Daisy, her paws, and does like this, little bit of like a pat and grab, like this little pads of his little feet to like grab her pants.
Yep, I pick her up. Now holding
Yes.
the cat.
Daisy is fine. Been battling together for quite some time now.
That's good.
Daisy seems contented by the picking up.
I tried to find her while you were gone.
I'm sure you did. I'm sorry. I do mean it. I wish it could have been some other way, but things got very involved.
I understand.
It's been wow. The man's it's like a new seeing it for the first time all over again. Not to mention all of you again. I spoke to Lucian. I did at the party. If he seemed a bit distracted or whatever, it's because we had just thrown something off the roof above you.
Oh, that's what that was.
Of course it was. It's good to be back. I'm glad you're all
Have you back.
all right. He raises his hand to like, I don't know, like pat her on the shoulder or something, but then he kind of like stops halfway. Well, what are we doing now? What are we?
I don't know. I don't know if there's more that Rose wants to talk to you about, but
Probably is.
I've learned a lot about.
Oh, I hear her stomping
I've
now.
had the
She's on the way
Dreamlands.
back. She's so large.
Yeah.
Daisy pops off of your shoulder and walks up to the door, like puts both of her front paws up on his like.
Rose, if you're there, come on in. We're decent.
I'm not gonna even ask when or why or how.
I
That
don't.
would even.
What?
I mean, come on in. I mean, please open the door. We're decent. Everything's fine.
Yeah, no. Rose opens the door, just kind of looking baffled. Yeah, no, you're Kovanen, all right. Hey, Daisy. Welcome back.
I have to say,
Practice.
the young man upstairs really is Kovanen too, and it's incredibly embarrassing watching him walk around and behave that way.
Remember when you were doing that, huh?
A little swagger
Though
cup.
it has been, though it has been a little bit amusing watching you interact with him for those first couple of days.
Yeah, you're a little shit. Just for the
Sorry.
record.
I
I
wanted
bet you
things to,
laughed your ass off when I scared him with the Crimson Rites.
Oh, he saw that. Oh,
Yeah.
he got to see you do the thing.
Yeah.
You got to see me and Zazie beat the crap out of each other. That's practice. Speaking of practice, Lieutenant Moore wants to take a tour of the bricks. Grab your gear, Zazie. Do you want to come with? I'd appreciate it if you did.
Of course. Is that now or later?
Yeah, he's waiting at the gates. I told him to wait off premises, just because I don't need another headache. right
Okay.
now.
What is it about the bricks he wishes to see?
The boards that Zazie and I have been working on, particularly the gates that are under Fairhaven,
Mhm.
trying to prevent what happened last spring from happening again.
Oh, the wards. I don't think I've ever actually seen them.
Like I said, I'd appreciate it if you came too. That way you can see them, you can know what's going on. That way, if it's anything, you and Kovanen the second
Right.
need to differentiate between you two somehow. Need to worry about you're prepared to assist him, however it's needed.
Right.
Or
Yes, of course. Given the various protections and wards and whatnot around the manse itself, and the fact that things threaten the city with extreme violence on occasion, I think I'd like to see them.
Although the question is now, what do we do with the egg this time, if we're both going?
do we leave it with Junior? Or do we take it with us? Did she tell you anything about it further than what we know? Kovanen.
Dungeon Master?
No?
Or
You guys
Daisy,
know-
do you want to watch the egg, Daisy?
You guys know nothing about the fucking egg. Daisy just like runs up to your leg, like trots, like high stepping, and then like rams into your leg with her head. And then begins to like
Watch your
Is
head,
that a
I'm-
rub
yes?
her whiskers side to side on your leg, and then just sits down with her butt right on the tip of your shoe.
Daisy, I know
Rose's
it's easy to
sword
forget that we can't understand you here.
Like 2 paws for yes, you're watching the egg. 1 paw for no.
She just looks up at you.
And also, she can't understand us. I think we went through this once before at least.
We did.
Yeah, we learned that all this time. DM, having spent a lot of time with Daisy, am I that much more able to recognize her or interpret her mannerisms?
I would say that you have a psychic bond with her since she's your familiar. Am I right?
Oh yeah. Look at that.
I don't know the rules of familiar. She's your familiar. You tell me.
I'm looking at the text. It's okay. Yes, of course. You can you can communicate with it telepathically, and so I will do so. So, Daisy, what do you know of this egg? What they should do with it?
I don't know. This is Bruce. My cat walks in right now. Did you hear him?
I did.
Yeah.
That was quite the meow.
Um,
I thought you might have, because you sort of gave some signals on there.
oh,
They're
no, that,
interpreting them as.
I was just
as
happy
signals.
to see Rose. I have no idea what you guys are saying unless you tell me.
Oh, right. They can't understand you. So, as you can see, they are caretakers of the egg that we retrieved ever so long ago from the Dreamlands.
The two of you just are watching Voss and Daisy looking at each other, and Voss, I don't know if you're talking out loud or not, but Daisy's just like meow, meow.
And they are needed to, in the bricks, to blah 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 the wards. What should they do with it? What is it even? I hardly know anything about it.
She
Apparently, the lady.
she just gives you a cat
After the-
shrug.
Well, Kawanin looks up, speaking out loud again. A little clap. Well, I'm sure we could leave it with the good master of the manse, heir apparent, I should say. I doubt he'll do anything with it. Doubt he would do anything particularly. Well, anything with it. He'd probably just leave it there on the bed.
Okay.
What do the both of you think he would do with it? Thinking back,
It'll probably stay warm enough. You liked
How
your room
long-
pretty warm, if I remember right. Damn, it's been a long time.
I think that he'll either ignore it completely or maybe paint it. That seems like something he'd do.
I mean, yes, if you tell him to leave it. Oh, it's been so long since I've been painting.
We need to go get more art supplies, aren't we? I'm good on the way back.
Oh, right. Yes, I suppose you could sit it still, tell him it's very delicate, and then have him paint the whole thing. Or leave it on the middle of the bed and have him ignore it. I think he would be happy to ignore it. Though it would not be supervised. I don't know if this thing plans to grow legs anytime soon and be
With
about
our
its
luck,
way.
Or are we?
it'll
are we
hatch any
taking-
minute now.
Yeah. That being said,
Roll
either you can
D100.
keep carrying it, or I. D100. Oh my fucking god.
I got it.
20. Damn it.
Zazie got it. 22.
You feel like inside the egg. Who's holding the egg?
Me.
Yeah.
You feel the weight shift inside of the egg, and you feel like a small tick on the edge. Tick,
Well,
tick.
Wait, hold up. I take the egg out. I turn it all over to examine it.
It's going
As
to
in
imprint on you.
You don't. We don't know that.
that's.
Well, it's moving. That's
concerning.
rumbling. I hear it. It's thrashing.
DM, are there any cracks on it?
Nope, it doesn't crack at all. But you do feel the sensation of like what felt almost like fingers tapping against the edge and then rubbing along the inside of the shell.
Yeah, I think I'll keep this with me.
Yeah,
It
you're
should be
faster than
fine.
both of us.
It should be fine.
If anything bad happens to it, I guess, or with it, or if it does anything. Well, I don't know what to do with it. I'm speaking as if I'm going to say something after that, but I'm not. Well,
If
I do believe the
bad
lady's going to return very soon. Hopefully, we can make it back from the bricks.
Before she
if something
died,
bad
yeah.
happens, blame it on the lady.
Well, maybe we'll see.
Hmm.
All right, well, god damn it, too many brain names.
Too many brain names. Too many
Lieutenant Moore,
one-syllable
is that
names.
It's just, please, just. Oh, this is going to be difficult for you both. I know it's difficult for me sometimes. These days, I have to be so many
Yeah.
people. It's.
Kavasi,
Cavassier.
Kovanin.
I still feel like Kovanen. I am.
You are still Kovanin as far as I'm aware. What I'm saying is that it's been a busy morning and I had a shit dream last night that I'll tell you both on the way to the bricks. But we probably need to
Get going.
not keep Lieutenant Moore waiting.
Well, let's go then.
All right.
I shall.
On a
After
drive, or
you.
do we...
I don't know where we're going.
Brick entrance. Rose rattles off the closest one between here and the primary gate ward. That player does not know where it is, but I'm pretty sure Rose has it memorized.
And if Rose doesn't, Zazie does. One of them knows their shit.
You guys know how to get into the main fucking entrance at this point. Rose, you've been working out of the same entrance, the same spot, restoring the wards on the top level since you got here with Grimvor.
Yeah, 100%. I was saying I as player. I was being facetious with saying Rose.
Right.
Oh
Me.
God, we know where it is. We go there.
We go
Okay,
there.
cool. All right, guys. Well, on that note, let's take a bio break, and I'll pick up when we're arriving at the entrance.
Alright, I'm gonna go get my food. Be right back.
Potty time.
It's done. It's out there. Okay.
Come with me if you want to potty. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
It has been 10 minutes. Is everyone ready?
Yes.
Kavana's
Yes.
here?
I don't know if Kavanen's here, but Ash and Corey are ready.
Keys. So many keys. Yeah, I just ate my dinner in that time period. It was good.
I'm back.
Ooh, yum, yum.
Hurrah!
What'd you have for dinner?
I had chicken, rice, peas, onions, and mixed with like garlic and a little bit of soy and sesame oil. It's awesome.
Yeah, good, cool.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Be right back. I don't have my phone. Wait, you know what? Fuck it. I don't need my phone. Okay. All right, and we're back. Rose, you guys are on your way to the main entrance that you guys have been using to get into the bricks. It is the same place that you went to in the like the. You know what? I think I need to actually look this up and see what that quarter is called. Let's see. Because I want to make sure I have it right.
If you pull up the city map, I can probably tell you.
Yeah, but the city map doesn't have the names of the places on it anymore. Method James. I just want to thank Method James for the contribution that he has put into this game, unknowingly, in his own little WordPress / Wikidoc. There's a lot of interesting stuff that he did with Fairhaven. That's not all necessarily canon, but he's put in a lot of work.
Gasp.
So, I believe it is the Neilford Ward is the name. Let's see. Nope. That's not the one. Pardon me, friends. I need to go back to my main map. It is the Eastway Ward is where you guys were going since the beginning to do that sort of stuff. So there's an entrance under the bricks, and there is like a small area in the Eastway Ward Square where you and Grimvor had spent time setting up the wards and maintaining all of the like proper sigildry to keep the Sleeper and Shadow contained, which ended up not working out because some of the other checks and balances were actually maintained through House Rogare, which you guys found out later. Anyway, so Voss, are you driving them there? Are you guys all walking there? By what means
fuck 'em.
do you guys travel there?
Yeah, they can hoof it.
All right, so you guys have a several, I guess probably a 2-mile walk, maybe 3-mile walk through the city. So just because of the way that the winding streets are and the traffic and whatnot, it's 3 miles, but it takes you probably about an hour to get there by foot.
Makes sense.
So towards the end of your route, you guys don't stop anywhere along the way, do you?
No. I mean, Rose took the time to grab her gear, so she is fully geared, and she does tell at least Zazie and Kovanen in Voss form, I'm assuming, about her dream about Lucky and that mask.
Okay.
So.
All right. When she mentions that
She'll
to you
praise him
guys,
in that
would you have any
situation.
sort of dialogue about that, or you just kind of? make note.
Maybe it is a good thing that that mask is with Katara.
While I was
Again,
standing outside the door to the study, holding that bowl of hash, eavesdropping, I heard Belt asking you about Lucky's mask.
yeah. And then I brought up you, and shit went weird. No, he did ask about that mask. There's a second one, Zazie, remember?
Yeah.
The one in Weir was not his, and I thought that the one from Weir is in Katara's possession. There's still
The
another
one
one
from
out
where
there.
is.
So I don't like the implications.
Keep in mind
That
that
brings-
the lieutenant is with you guys.
And
In
what
that
is his
case,
reaction?
maybe
to all
I
this?
wouldn't say anything.
He's kind of walking ahead of you guys. He's not really eavesdropping. He's kind of, on the beat a little bit. He hears something. He looks down an alley. He passes by a couple officers. He nods to them. Rose, as you're walking towards the Eastway Ward and you pass by Silver Flame people, a couple of them will salute you as you go by.
And she'll salute back.
Vaughn, in Voss form, does not meet their eyes. Tries to stay casual, but just kind of looks at the ground.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing for Zazie. Dill does not like these people. I wonder why.
Okay, in their defense, I have been trying to get them to chill the fuck out.
Has that worked?
I don't know yet. I'm going to bite people if it hasn't yet, though.
So, Lieutenant Moore kind of cuts in a little bit. It must be working out at least a little bit, because when I swung by the guard station earlier, they wouldn't let me in without your permission. Rose specifically. So, you're doing something right.
Good. Maybe I need to add you to the allowed list.
The mayor would probably appreciate that.
Mhm.
Well, it sounds like you have developed quite the rapport with the flame then.
There's still pains in the asses, but it is useful to have allies. I don't want a repeat of last year. We can use all the help that we can get.
Pardon me for asking, Rose, but what exactly happened last year? What aspect of that are you referring to? You see him grab out this small pad of paper and begin writing on it with a wax pen.
The whole trial stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, that was not fun.
The whole citywide destruction. Okay, ward-wide. It didn't get the entire city, but close enough.
Yeah, but the trial was
Little
before
thing I
that.
can do to help that. Yeah, that was a hellacious 3 weeks. That's what I want to prevent.
Yeah, it seems interesting that the Knowledge Ward in both cases was the location that sustained the only damage throughout the entire city of Fairhaven. It was all in the Knowledge Ward. All within 3 blocks of your house.
Yeah, I'm well aware of that. That's precisely why I don't want to repeat.
Yeah.
There are students currently living in my house.
I'm
wanna keep
sure
them
they were
safe.
just whatever it was after the school, right?
I'm pretty sure some of the students would appreciate it.
Lieutenant Moore
What?
looks at Voss. So, You're the new valet?
Yeah, you could say that. I'm on the staff now at the manse, Nogari manse. Manse. If you're palling around with these three Lucians, see, you'll probably be seeing more of me. I can.
Yeah.
I know they can get into some trouble sometimes. I can handle myself.
That's good to hear. I mean, I was not asking for any other reason. I just thought it was interesting. If you're conducting us to the Eastway ward, if you're a valet, why? Well, if you're coming, why are you not giving us a ride or?
Because the walk will do you good, Lieutenant Moore.
He just kind of rolls his eyes at Rose. He stops walking for a second. He folds his arms in front of himself and just looks at her. Anyway, he starts walking in. You guys are approaching the center square where there is a small, like a stockade set up around an entrance to the bricks. And there is a guard post there where you see that there are 2 red cloaks standing. They are silver flame guards, by the way, with red cloaks and brightly polished armor with an emblazoned silver flame across the chest of their breastplates.
Is that where they get their name?
You betcha. It sure is.
Cool. This world building's so good.
Ew.
So Lieutenant Moore walks up to them. They kind of nod and talk for a moment, and he points back at Rose, and he gestures for Rose to walk up.
Oh, yeah, Rose was like right behind him. She gives the guards at the entrance a salute. You kind of notice her straighten up a little bit more. She doesn't slouch, but she definitely pulls up her presence just a little bit more in front of them. She's a little more stiff, I guess would be the right word. What's the report going on?
They both click heels, fist to breast, give her a very, very crisp salute. Nothing to report, sir.
Alright. We're gonna go take a look down. Lieutenant Moore wants to check in on it, so I figure I'd show him around.
Yes, sir. Block was here this afternoon. He checked out with us. There's a small incursion of Savarine in the area. However, otherwise everything else seems to be okay.
Savarine give any trouble? Or did we give any trouble to them?
No, there were no skirmishes, but
Good.
they are clearly in the area. There have been new tunnels that have opened, and there are clear signs of them, and have been sightings, though nothing clearly established.
Alright.
We'll
All
keep
the
an
wards
eye
are
out.
still in place.
Good, good.
You said you're making your way up, Zazie?
Yeah, I just said that we'll keep an eye out.
They see Zazie walk up, and they give her a reluctant nod.
Rose
I don't
raises
give them
an eyebrow.
anything. I don't give them anything.
Well, sir, we'll continue to man our station. If you need anything, feel free to ask.
Black back at his office, or is he still wandering on patrol?
I believe he headed back to the Silver Flame Temple, but he'll be here at some point in the morning.
Alright. I'll see if I can stop by to get Lieutenant Moore added to the list. I'm not going to worry about it otherwise.
Sure.
So,
Thank you, sir.
Back to
And we,
station.
of course, wanted to let Lieutenant Moore in, but there's precautions that must be taken. Are all of these
Completely
people?
understood.
Are all of these people within your retinue
They're all with me.
this evening?
Yeah, Zazie, Lieutenant Moore, and Voss behind me. Voss is on Relgare staff, so you'll be seeing him a little bit more.
I just give them a silent nod.
The one that hasn't spoken like picks his nose a little bit, and, like wipes his hand on his leg, looks away, looks back at Voss again, and back down his shoes.
If there is trouble, know that I will be taking care of it. As you were, gentlemen. And that is a very pointed to the guard that looks a little out of sorts.
He pulls his heels back in for a click, gives you another two-breast stiff salute, and they both stand at attention as you walk down the stairs into the first level of the bricks.
One of these days. All right.
Wow, you got the quite the crew there, Rose, watching over the entrance.
They lost good men in that fight. They don't want to see it happen again either.
Yeah, I've noticed that they have been doing some pretty heavy recruiting within the city. The Queen is a bit troubled by it, to be honest. But I'm glad to see they're not getting the finest of Fairhaven.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass when I need to come here by myself.
They give
Well,
you trouble?
What do you think?
Tell me more often, because I will bite jugulars and knock heads together until they get some sense. You know that.
It's probably a little bit more of a conflict of philosophy than it is of interests. So, all
Well, I'm
right.
Pleased to see that you've garnered so much respect from them. That was an interesting display.
It's been interesting. It's taken a little getting used to. But Grimvor passed lead on to me, so I'm not gonna shirk duty. And if they want to work with this too, they're gonna have to work with me in the way I work.
Speaking of, the mayor did want a progress report of the maintenance that has continued after the restoration. There have been, as you have heard, sightings of the Savarine throughout the city, and he's worried about what sort of implications that is going to have for, for the wards under the bricks. So.
If they start interfering, I'm gonna have to have a few words with their leaders.
Sure.
Words
I
with the
prefer-
Savarine usually result in bloodshed. So,
I'd rather prevent that, because the last time the Silver Flame were involved in a dealing with the bricks, it was not a pleasant experience. Hold on, what are you getting?
Well, we have held a relatively conflict-free relationship with the Savarine over the past several decades. It wasn't until the incident at the Knowledge Ward.
The first one.
Yeah.
That shouldn't reoccur unless the Silver Flames have done something incredibly stupid. So,
Well, I personally would like to see them making their way back out of the city, but it seems like they have a pretty firm foothold here. It's sad. I actually spent a bit of time at that church.
Oh yeah?
I did. Not that I am a. The traveler has always spoken to me, and being one that spends time on the streets and walking around and kind of in strange and unfamiliar places throughout the city. It's well, it's her, I don't know. The Traveler has always been kind of a patron saint to me and the rest of the detectives, even though technically he's a member of the Dark Six. But
Never know where they might lead you.
right. So anyway, spend some time there occasionally. Now it's Silver Flame.
Yeah, nasty. Bit of business then.
Very strange. Okay, so you guys have passed through the first couple of levels of the entrance here into the bricks. It's a underground city of brown, red, and gray brick. Appears to be the previous generation of Fairhaven before the current iteration of it that is now built on top of it. There are basements and small alleys and corners all shuffled together underneath the city in this like hodgepodge of underground city. A canal system that runs through the city that seems to now just be solely used to port the wastewater that comes from the spillways from sinks and toilets and that sort of thing. And you make your way down to the next level below, which is more of like a catacombs. There are burial areas. There are other small like basements of these buildings that have now been used as basements or root cellars and things like that. More earthen type structures that are built into the underground or carved from rock. Making your way down through another guard station. They salute Rose as she enters. They check with a little bit of identification and going through some logs and things like that. You guys make your way down to another level where you pass through a walkway that has different glowing sigils that are inscribed and carved into a narrow passageway that's almost like a cylinder. The ground in the bottom has been packed from being walked upon, but there is a gate at the end of this like cylindrical hallway that is inscribed with other runes. And Rose, this is one of the keyways that you are in charge of maintaining.
Yeah. And Rose will check over it first. Like, she's keeping an eye on the runes that she's passing by. If any look like they need a little bit of repainting or anything, she does make note of them. But she does go ahead and open the gate with her key.
Okay.
She does kind of... It's more out of an abundance of caution than a conscious thing, but she does kind of body block Lieutenant Moore from, like, seeing what exactly she does to open the gate. Like, what specific key or whatever we've decided on for how she opens it.
Sure.
So, alright. Be on your guard and be careful where you step.
So this opens up into a like a larger chamber with a vaulted ceiling that's painted with some sort of scene on the ceiling. There's a city skyline with stars and midnight blue sky. Looks kind of like the skyline of Fairhaven. And you can see a trail leg that passes around almost in a spiral, working its way down the vault of the ceiling to the point where you see a small green glowing globe flying down towards the skyline. It looks like a comet.
Still find that thing creepy. Yeah.
Of course you do.
Interesting.
And at your feet, there is a circle with a star in it. And at the tip of each point on the pentagram, there is a circle that is embossed from the other circle that goes around the outside of the pentagram. And there's a different symbol, different rune within each point of the pentagram, and then there is a third rune in the middle that seems to share parts of each symbol aspect that goes on the other 5 points within the center of the pentagram. And Moore begins to kind of bend over and look at the runes on the ground, and he's taking some notes.
Take all the notes, but I asked that you not draw it. I'd kind
Oh,
of like
no,
to keep
yeah.
the trade secret.
No, definitely, I was not... Sorry. So everything is functioning properly then?
Yeah, it looks it. Do I notice anything odd or out of the ordinary?
About Lieutenant Moore.
Not about Lieutenant Moore. That's been noted. But
DM, do
don't
I
know.
notice anything weird about Lieutenant Moore?
Roll insight.
23.
You notice that occasionally he will grab a pendant from his neck and rub it between his forefinger and his thumb.
I recognize the pendant.
Roll perception.
One T.
Man, what is up with your fucking rolls right now?
I'm using my real character sheet again.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, you actually have stats.
Yeah, you have actual you actually have actual stats. You see that it appears to be it looks like a cross, but instead of it just being it's a center line with an X crossing the center line, so it has 6 points. It's a 6-pointed cross. I mean, it doesn't seem especially familiar to you.
Okay. He mentioned that the Traveler was one of the something six.
Yes, it
The
is one of
Dark
the
Six?
Dark Six.
I hadn't heard that before. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Kovana would actually know that. It's not really that relevant.
Yeah. Okay.
But you do know about the Church of the Traveler because the previous Voss was
Yeah, he was a little bit involved. So.
yeah, he was an agent at the Church of the Traveler.
Okay, back to what Rose was saying.
Yeah, I was just asking if anything aside from Lieutenant Moore is out of the ordinary from the last time she was here.
Roll perception or Arcana.
And at the same time, Zazie is keeping an eye out for any signs of the family.
Yeah, 18 for that perception.
Okay. It appears like you notice some of the like the stones and the outcropping of like the walls, the mortar joints seem to be there's something about them that's different.
Now, Rose will go over and investigate closer. Like, she'll even, like, gently wiggle the brick that they're around, seeing how loose it actually is, just for, like, structural repair reasons.
Okay. So in this area, this structure is actually like foundations of the original city. So these stones are massive. They're not like monoliths, but they are, massive stones that have been cut, carved, and placed in this area. So, you kind of grab the stone and move it around a little bit. Give me an investigation roll, though.
That's an 8.
Yeah, so you kind of start feeling your way around some of the stones and the area that seems like maybe some of the mortar joints that were there looks like there may have been some sort of shifting or something like that. You can't really say exactly what caused it, but there's been some sort of either lateral or sagittal movement that has caused the mortar joints to begin to decay a little bit faster than what you would expect from your previous visits down here.
Hey, Zazie, come on.
Yep.
You're more familiar with this bricks than I am still. Come
Yeah.
check this out. See if this is new to you. She'll point out the stonework.
She'll come take a look.
All right, roll investigation.
Here we go. Normal roll. Nat 20.
So you notice that this center block appears to be shifted outwards towards you, maybe a quarter of an inch.
Okay.
It looks like at some point it may have been shifted either backwards or forwards from its normal resting location.
Interesting. I'll try to move it a little bit. Is it loose?
Roll athletics.
I guess while they're poking around at the rocks, Voss will just keep his distance. Let them do their thing. Lean over to Lieutenant. So does your work bring you down here often?
I mean, not specifically, but I work for the mayor mostly now. I was a detective. Well, I guess I'm still technically a detective, but I'm on a detail task force that's specifically working with the mayor after the events that transpired, mostly at the hands of Lucian. Have you met him yet?
Yes, briefly.
Yeah, he has a knack for finding chaos.
And those events were, Voss scratches his head a little bit, mostly at his hands, huh?
From what I understand, From what I understand, it's at his hands. I don't know. It seems like it's a lot of just situations where he's just fucking around and something terrible happens.
Well, okay, well, good to know. He's
I think
one of my roommates now.
Yeah, he's got a good heart, but I think at times he doesn't really have his head in the game, you know, or he's just not thinking at all. I can't really say why he does some of the things he's done, but it's pretty stupid.
Well, good to know. He has a kid now. If you don't know if you heard, maybe that'll encourage him to settle down, to simmer down, as they say.
Man, that's a terrifying thing to hear.
With none other than Solomon Lyrender. With all this, Lyrender.
So,
Are they trying to push the ceiling down? What are you guys doing?
yeah, the two of you are trying to push the that block, I suppose. I haven't seen a athletics roll yet, though. Ooh, there it is.
Yeah. I was getting Rose to help me with it.
Okay. So the two of you press against it, and I'm gonna need one from you also, Zazie.
Okay.
23. Does my assistance give her advantage?
No, your assistance. You don't need to give her advantage because you guys can both push. It's a big enough target where you guys can both just lay into it. You hear the barest sound of stone on stone, and then feel enough resistance that you can tell that you can't move it, but it does seem to be movable.
That's not good.
Interesting.
Hold that thought. Rose is going to take one of her hand axes, the ones that she uses to throw, kind of flip it around so it's the flat side of the axe, and just give the stone a couple of taps just to listen.
Okay.
See if that tells her anything.
Give me a perception roll.
That's a 5.
It sounds like
I wouldn't expect it to work as a player, to be fair.
yeah, it sounds like a very dense stone. It's kind of soft too. It's like a soft, dense stone. The sound that when you hit the metal against it, it's not really like a tink tink tink. It's more like a t, t, like you're hitting something that's like
hitting limestone or something.
Exactly like that.
I don't know if
That's
you're
an
gonna figure
objection.
anything out by doing that.
Worth a shot. Bricks like to surprise you with weird shit. Alright, well, I definitely need to make a note of this.
Well, I mean, as far as I think I can list for my report now, for the mayor, everything is 100% other than that. Am I right?
Yeah. And I think this is more structural than related to my direct work, so but I'll still have somebody come check in and
I mean, there's
repair.
4 of us right here. We can all push.
Yeah, I mean, I can give you guys a hand too.
If you're sure the ceiling won't collapse on us, sure, let's
The ceiling
all
won't
give
collapse.
This a shot.
This thing, the stone was designed to be movable, I think. Either designed that way or it is movable and it isn't going to cause structural damage.
And you think
Yeah,
it has been moved? Is that the actual concern?
Yeah.
It's been moved.
Okay.
Alright,
The
boss.
detective walks up and he begins detecting. He rolls a 5 and he has +8 to his detecting. He looks down at the ground.
Positives.
I can't tell if it's been moved or not.
Yeah, well,
It's potentially it was, or it could possibly not have been.
Well,
I'm
if you
gonna
look at the
trust Ozzy on this
seams
one.
right here, there's like the tiniest little crack in the seam. So it has been moved. You don't get these cracks by just weathering.
Okay, let's give it a push.
All right.
All right, I'll brace my feet and try to push.
Ooh.
I'm so glad.
Unfortunately, the four of you push as hard as you can. However, you're not
The
able to move
detective
it.
has a +2 or something at least, right? That's more than 2 20s. That's two that are higher than 20.
That's still not enough.
Oh, okay.
Do I need to get my dad down here?
I mean, you can go get those two silver flame idiots from up above.
I'd rather keep them up there. They are useless down here and they'd only get in our way. And I really don't want to have to knock their heads.
Good point.
So, make a note of it. All right. Lieutenant Moore, is there anything else you need, or are you dead set on trying to figure out what this stone could possibly mean?
Oh, no, I just was just curious. That's all.
I'll probably be back down here tomorrow trying to figure this out.
Sounds like a plan.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'll head back. You guys have done good work down here.
I think I'm going to stay down here for just a few minutes just to look around a little further.
Sure.
See if any of the Severn tunnels are a little too close. Maybe see if I can gently redirect them.
We should
We'll see you
probably
later, Lieutenant.
head back together, right? Head back together, right? It's a Savariner running around.
I'm pretty sure the lieutenant can take care of himself.
You've got a gun, right, Lieutenant?
Yeah, I'm armed.
A bolter.
Fire off a good few warning shots, and they'll more than likely run.
I mean, there's silver flame patrols, all the way down here. So I think I'm pretty safe. But if the three of you want to stay down here and discuss, and don't want me around,
Yeah,
I understand.
nice. Make sure you check out with the
I
patrol
will.
upstairs.
I will. So tomorrow then.
Sure.
Yeah, tomorrow.
I mean, I'm curious to see what's behind there myself.
If you got any ridiculously strong people in the guards, maybe bring them.
Sure.
You might need them.
Or some crowbars.
Yeah. I'll see what we have. Tomorrow, same time?
Sounds about
Thereabouts,
right.
yep.
Okay. All right. I will let the mayor know that as of now, everything is great. And I will not even mention this whole wall thing until we have a little bit more information. Fair?
Fair enough.
Fair.
Sure. You're the professional here, not me.
All right, sir, he says to Rose. And he gives her the the fist to chest salute.
Rose will bow towards him. She doesn't return the salute, she just bows.
All right, it was a pleasure to meet you, Voss. Zazie,
You.
charmed, as always.
Of course.
See you tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Get some rest, Lieutenant. You're
Yeah.
gonna need it.
I'm really worried about. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
He shuffles around and works his way back to the gate that Rose has opened, and he travels
Rose
off into the
escorts him out.
distance.
At least to the gate, yeah. Closes the gate behind him and locks it. Waits
Question
until she
for
can
the
no longer
DM.
hear.
Go ahead.
Is the egg acting differently at all?
No, it's just chilling.
Okay.
Or warming, whatever you want to call it. Incubating.
Okay.
Rose gives a brief look to the pouch. Just, of course. You
No
just want to be
response just
cheeky.
yet.
I think it just wants to be cheeky to give us a heart attack.
I nearly dropped it there completely. I shall hope he leaves before we do, because if we leave and he hasn't left, the Silver Flame are going to be upset about it, probably.
If he has not left by the time we get out of there, and he has not checked out with those men, I will turn my ass back around and come find him and drag him out personally. I respect him enough, but that was definitely weird.
He seemed interested. Oh, I'm sorry, hold on, I can't do. More back into Kovanen. Alright, yeah.
That is gonna be a pain in the ass for you, isn't it?
It is. A lot of different. Speaking of masks.
Yeah. Probably should have asked him about Lucky, but yeah, I'm not gonna push too hard for him to get onto that list. I don't know, something's throwing me off.
Well,
What did
he
you
did
think?
seem interested. I don't know if that's out of character for him or not. I've never heard him speak about the wards before. He seemed to be on some special task force now instead of just mundane detective.
Do I know about this task force, by the way?
You know that when everything went down with Lucian, that at the court case, he showed up with the mayor. And then when you saw him at the wedding again, he was with the mayor as well.
Mary and Her Majesty.
Yeah, so you know that the Inquisitive Moore has been working hand in hand with the nobility since these events have occurred. Whereas before, he was just kind of like a he was a detective. He was below one of the guys that you guys had actually suspected of being corrupt before, but he still has the same rank as he did before, but the people that he's working with now in this, whatever this task force is, are higher up. So.
Well, I think Lucian's lack of a coherent thought, and then Rod taking over. Ooh, that's a memory. Shook him. Or they're trying to get dirt on the Cathalis expedition and trying to use him against him. Or both.
Oh, you think he has it out for Lucian?
Somebody might.
That
Maybe.
is something that could be happening.
I mean, Kyber, Severus, and the Kyber and Severus shards, powerful things. The Cathalis family controls a good portion of that industry. Lucian's never not had a target on his back, but I think it might have gotten bigger over the last 9 months.
I don't know, what worries me about it is the family.
Yeah.
Kovanen, I never really had the chance to look into the whole family infiltrating the government thing. Well, I don't want to say government, it was just the guard system.
Right, I think I remember you mentioning what I was speaking about.
So there's still that to worry about.
That's one of the reasons why I'm working more with the Silver Flame than with the Watch. To be a Silver Flame, it
You gotta
doesn't.
be a fanatic for the Silver Flame,
Yeah,
which kind of excludes you from being a fanatic for the family.
I'm not saying it's not gonna happen, but my chances are better. Our chances are better.
Well, I'll have a lot of catching up to do. It's been quite some time since I've really spoken with any of you about what's going on around here.
19 years. But Rose kind of takes a turn walking around the edge of the circle. What do you think?
I assume they're doing their job, which means you are. So, good work.
Yeah, if you need any information, I will make sure you and player question, how different do you look as Kovanen now than the new Kovanen? Like, have you obviously aged that 18 years?
Well,
Or
being
you
an
still-
elf, he's not like going from 20 to 38 in appearance, but he definitely has a more well-traveled look to him. His hair is a little bit darker. He is dressing a little bit differently, not as prim and proper.
Yeah. Alright. So, I'll make sure you and the other Kovanen are added to the list. I don't want the younger one down here, but
I don't know how. I'll have to speak to the lady about it, of course, but I'm not sure how, far we will involve him. I'm sure there will come some time when he needs to be. He will need to grow his own ways.
yeah, he needs to be his own person, too.
Ideally,
hope
we
that's how
involve
it
him in
works.
all of the good and none of the bad.
100%. One of us needs, like, nothing but good memories.
Hopefully, he has the luxury of choosing.
100%. Gonna do all I can to help make sure that happens.
As will I.
I think
Wonderful
we all
guy.
will.
And look at it this
He's
way,
so
you're not doing this
stupid.
alone this time.
He knows nothing.
Yeah.
One of us was so impatient with me all the time.
Yeah, well, now you have 4 others? Does Summer know? I know you told Lucian. I'm hoping you told Lucian that you two went off alone last night.
Yep.
She knew that he would arrive, actually.
Yeah, but she doesn't know about
No, no. I only spoke to Lucian at the party. Of course, I haven't seen Zamra since.
Oh, God. Talking more tires me out. That being said, make sure you two get caught. Not you two, just you. Get caught up if we need to bring in your mini-me. Would that be it? Still trying to figure out how to categorize that.
I know. I look forward to all the different ways you refer to him to me, so I'm just going to leave it alone. See what you both come up with.
And I broke
I wonder
a
what it.
board crying over you, jerk.
Oh. Again, I'm really sorry, both of you. I mean it.
I know. you didn't have any other choice.
Can't really. But if it's any consolation, it was a lot longer for me than it was for you.
I know. 18 fucking years. I'd have caught up to Lucky.
You would have.
Yes, 18 years.
She still has his shirt, you know.
Not talking about that.
Is it on your pillowcase?
No. It's in my closet currently. I was wearing it last night. I'm surprised you didn't recognize it. It's a comfort, Adam. Leave me alone. Reminds me
Maybe
of
I
that-
will, maybe I won't.
Love you too, Zazie. Alright,
Is
let's
there
get out
anything-
of
any-
here.
There we go. All right.
There's nothing further we can do with this stone, but I'm definitely going to... I wonder if I ran at it. Do you think that would work? If I get a running
I'd love to
start?
see you try.
One last try. Because I really don't want
One
to
last try.
bring him back. Alright.
All right, give me an athletics roll and sprint at the stone.
She's sprinting at the stone with athletics. Where the hell is my athletics? That is a 24 on the die.
Only Kabanin is not
Or
sprinting at the stone.
I think Rose is the only one who's sprinting at the stone.
All right, Rose, I'll give you advantage.
So that would be 25.
You roll 25. You ram up against the stone, pancake up against it, and just fall back on your ass. Actually, roll acrobatics.
17.
Yeah, you just kind of you just plop down on your butt, but you pop right back up.
Well, it was worth a shot. Ow.
Excellent show.
Oh, I'm good for more than just, being a pretty face.
Well, if only the effort counted for something.
Alright. I'll make a note of this. See who we can get down here for a repair crew once we finish the investigation.
Yes. Repair crew and the crowbars and the finding.
Oh,
Let's leave.
God. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah. And lead them out. Rose does kind of check the side tunnels real quick.
Give me a
kinda gives
perception
them-
roll.
What the fuck do
You
I...
don't notice anything. And on your way out, you're saluted by
Yeah.
each level. You make your way back to the street level.
I do verify that Lieutenant Moore has made his way out.
And he
with
has.
the approximate appropriate timing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Well, that makes me feel a little better.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to call it right there tonight.
Alright.
Say goodnight, everybody.